points in the game.
When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Glad to have you with us in San Jose, California, home to the San Jose State Spartans. As we'll see, the defending national champions, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the San Jose State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So San Jose State's offense takes the field. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in the game.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
I love the offense coming out, being aggressive on the first play of the game. They're trying to take momentum right away, but the defense was waiting, and they were ready, and they get the interception. You can't start a ball game better than the way the defense just did there.
I'm about to say, the defense loves that they came out like that, too. Like, expecting the pass, played the pass, made the first big play in this ball game, the very first play of the game.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Puts it out of the air. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down.
Like QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got the first down and more. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff to the single back. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Unloads quickly. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And the PAT makes it 7-0.
That makes the score Fresno State 7, San Jose State 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into the game.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offensive line.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
The Spartans want to pick up the tempo.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Well, it's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Jones. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled their last time out. They knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
The Spartans have pushed it inside the 20. To the air, it's Dobbs. Lets it fly. Able to haul in the pass along the sidelines, but couldn't get the foot down. It's incomplete.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
Call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
And those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line.
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Fresno State. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
We knew coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Looking downfield, it's Dobbs. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Brings up 2nd down.
And the Spartans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats.
0.
First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Hendricks. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Heaves it deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Spartans will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Still looking on the move. He's got an open man. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Quarterback making checks. Just a short pass to the tight end. There he goes. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Trying to impose their will with the run. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
Third down coming.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On the move. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Fresno State. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he's got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
The San Jose State offense is back on the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Pulls it fired complete. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. And the Spartans want to move quickly.
Brings up 2nd down.
Off play action. Oh, they're after him. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the 1st down. The Spartans send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
The Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll go to the ground. Looking for room at the 30. Turning it on. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage? Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
28. San Jose State, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. To the ground with the back. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Spartans with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Gets the back moving. Creates a little room. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
First down for the offense.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Wide receiver going in motion. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Wants to throw. It's Dobbs. Gets it out quickly. And they bring him down quickly, but a good game there. The Spartans are in the hurry-up. Out of the shotgun on third down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. And the defense gets loose, bringing the Heat, and down he goes again. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. It's complete to the left. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. Time to settle for the field goal.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Sends it back in motion. Laterals it back. Bears the pressure. Crosses the 35. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Rides the back on the option to give. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Has the sticks and still on his feet. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half.
And the Spartans will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on first down. It's complete to the right. Still on his feet at the 45. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Makes the grab. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with second and short. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Tight end now in motion. Off play action on first down. Quick strike complete. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Now the play fake. Scrambling away. Touchdown Bulldogs! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. Dropping back, it's Dobbs. Zings it complete to the right. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Spartans can really attack on this second and short. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
That's reeled in. It's Jones. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds, marking at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Clock ticks under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. They're going back to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't
pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, the quarterback trying to get aggressive there on third down. He saw something he liked in a matchup he wanted to take advantage of, but the defense, they simply weren't fooled, and they're able to come away with the pick.
Pressure coming.
Well, the defense is smelling blood in the water with this offense so backed up. They're able to get to him for a sack, and I give the quarterback credit because I thought he was about to take a safety. Somehow he was able to stay out of the end zone.
The Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. From his end zone, trying to loosen up this knee. Complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Firing to the right, complete. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
And the defensive coordinator is irate on the sideline. 3rd and long, it's a short throw. You've got to be able to rally, make a tackle, and force the punter onto the field. They let him get loose.
Breaks into the open. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Let's send the tight end in motion. Power football with the run. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
This guy's been so much fun to watch all year long. Every single week, he's making defenders look silly trying to tackle him with that last play. Now over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Fresno State lines up with a 1st and goal.
Come on, Sam.
He'll pull it on the read. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Fresno State.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The San Jose State offense is back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense.
Here we go. Set. Kill.
Hands it off. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll move the chains with the first down, but that might be it for the third quarter. That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So first down, we'll open up the final period. They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
They might want to find a way to put it in drive and go forward. It's 3rd and 16. Unloads it left. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And it slips just inside that right upright. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
Looking for a man, it's Dobbs. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Dingle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. And the Spartans getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Spartans decide to punt it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down, but when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Pulls it in. Crosses the 30. He's got away. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to go up top on first down. Here comes the heat. On target to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like, they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you could just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think is going to continue to grow.
Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. He'll do it himself. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
From inside the 40 at the 37, it's first down. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. And the Bulldogs come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. Turning it on. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. On the move. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stem in the defensive line. They're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. The Bulldogs didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Dobbs. Bringing the heat. That's caught. It's Dingle. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game, but as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game, taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take it.
He lobs one high down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the play. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Spartans will punt this one away. Wants to bring it back. Makes a move. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense. One more play to pad the stats. Back to throw, it's Dobbs. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put